Hey everyone, Real Comic Stacks, welcome back to the channel. Guys, today I'm talking about the 5 most underrated moments in Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame, of course, a movie that had something for everybody, and everybody's going to have their different moments that popped to them, that stood out to them. But these are the ones that, for me, stand out, and that I haven't heard a lot of people talking about them, but to me, they seem underrated to me. Before I move on, hey, hit that YouTube level up button and subscribe and leave me a thumbs up, guys. It helps the channel a ton, and I sincerely appreciate it. But no particular order here, really, going into the underrated moments of Endgame. The first one for me was Gamora and Nebula. The relationship there when Gamora shows up and Nebula from the Prime timeline, our timeline, it knows what happens to her, knows that she dies. And when they start talking, Gamora had all these emotions about what Thanos was doing was wrong, and eventually betrays Thanos. So for that conversation to happen, and when I loved it when Gamora asked her, well, what was our relationship? And he's like, well, I tried to kill you a bunch of times, but then eventually we became friends and we became sisters. And I thought that was a really, really cool moment. Number 2, I would say, is Hawkeye running from the Outriders with the gauntlet. When they show up, and it's like a callback to Aliens to me, in a way, running through them scurrying up the pipes and everything, and him running down by the gas main, hitting it, opening it up, and then firing the arrow and catching everything on fire. It was absolutely a great scene, especially when that one popped out and he just cut it in half and just kept moving. And of course, at the end, he runs into Gamora and Nebula, and it was a really, really good scene. The next one I would say is the Hulk after his snap, when he's sitting there and he's went through the agony of the Infinity Gauntlet, working. It's all that power and all that energy going through him, and he looks up and he tells everyone, I tried to bring her back and I couldn't. And he's talking, of course, about Black Widow. That moment got me because the hopelessness in his voice, and that he had tried so hard to bring her back, and the fates just wouldn't allow it. The stones couldn't do it. The Soul Stone would not release that soul. And I thought that was a really good moment that is definitely underrated. The next one I would say is the Hail Hydra moment. Cap getting on the elevator, and you look like you're going to have a repeat throwdown of the epic elevator scene from Captain America Winter Soldier. And he's looking around, and he just does it. He just... I'll be taking that, and he says, oh, no problem, I've already spoke to the director. He's like, you don't have to call him. And he just whispers, Hail Hydra. And it's just, as bad as that was done with the whole Secret Empire storyline, love it or hate it, this was done perfectly, and I really liked it. And my number 5 is got to be Thanos' reaction to Tony Snap, because he just accepts it. He sits down like a boss and just says, I've good. It's almost like, hey, I'm done. I accept what that I've lost. He sits down, and his whole army around him turns to dust, and he's right behind him. But his look of just this, that's the hand I've been dealt. I lost. He doesn't weep. He doesn't lash out. He just accepts it, and he moves on. And I thought that was a really good moment. Guys, tell me in the comments below, what are some of your most underrated moments? The moments that people just aren't talking about. There's 3 hours of great moments in this movie. So tell me which one you think is the most underrated. Guys, of course, like I said, hit that YouTube level up button for me and subscribe, and leave a like, guys. I sincerely appreciate it. That's all I got. Hope you guys have a great evening. Real Comic Stacks out.